Hey YouTube, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a really quick video, and it's something that I hope will help out some other people because it's caused me some panic in about an hour of sitting at a gas station. Recently I was driving the GX and I was over on the west coast of Florida. I was in Tampa, and on the way back it was late at night. It was around 11 o'clock and I stopped through Orlando at a gas station, and I pulled in and I put the car in park, and it started like slowly coasting backwards, and I was like, what the heck's going on here? And I looked down, cars in park, and I thought, what's going on here? So I put the car back into drive, attempted to put it back into drive, and I realized that the neutral light was illuminated, and no matter where I put the gear shifter, the neutral light stayed as is. It just completely wouldn't go into gear, and when I pushed the gas, it seemed like it truly was in neutral. So the indicator light was properly telling me that the car was in neutral. So what I did is I kind of honestly panicked. I thought, oh great, did I screw up the transmission? Is something going on with the car that I didn't know about? So my first instinct was, all right, well, just pull the e-brake so it doesn't roll back and turn the car off. Turn it back on, see if it still exists. It did, unfortunately, and so furthermore, I thought, well, let me just, undo the battery. So I unplugged the battery, let it reset, because there's maybe some computer system got stuck in some weird state, and the transmission won't shift because of that. So I reset the system by unplugging the battery, and it still acted the same. It didn't go away, it still had the same behavior. And so I had my girlfriend with me, and we're in this gas station, which is now closed because they were closed because of COVID, I believe. And it was like 10 o'clock at night. We're an hour and a half away from home. And I started to panic. I thought, I'm going to have to call a tow truck and get this thing towed all the way back, and it's going to be pretty pricey. So then I started scratching my head and trying to figure out exactly why is this not acting right? What is really going on here? And I kind of went back to the thought of like, well, I'm moving the shifter, but it still says it's in neutral. And so part of me started feeling that, wait, something was a little bit different feeling with the resistance on moving the lever. It felt about the same, but something felt slightly different. And I started to question, like, well, what is the mechanism under here? I don't even understand what's under there. I've never pulled it up. But anyways, I just decided to reach down, pop up the boot, and lo and behold, there's a little bushing attached to a rod. It's a cable-driven gear select, and that bushing at the end with the on the end of the rod was supposed to go onto a pin. And I looked down, I saw a pin, and I saw this thing hanging, and I was like, that's it. That's the problem. So I just kind of like put the gear shifter back into neutral so that I could put the transmission cable back onto the pin, and once I could get it into the pin, I held it in place and put it into drive, and I got it going again. So that was pretty awesome, but I thought there must be a pin in there or some sort of a C clip that goes around that pin. And I started doing some research online. I found way down in the depths somebody had mentioned that their pin bushing had fallen out or worn out completely. And so I started looking around online, and I realized that it is not a pin. It's actually a little bushing. I don't know if this will focus. See if we can get that. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So there's this little purple bushing. The black plastic piece is just an installation pushing piece, it says. So you just really push this purple piece actually back into the little ring that the bushing was supposed to be in, and then this pushes onto the pin, and this bushing holds it in place, and kind of that's what gives you that smooth, the rubber gives you that nice smooth shift feel, so you're not pulling too harshly on the cable. So I've done a lot of yapping at this point. Let's just go out to the car, and I'll set up the tripod, and I'll just kind of show you what happened, and then explain to you how to fix it, and then we'll install this new bushing and see if that's the fix. Really hope it is the fix, but this is intended to be super short video so that if anybody's in my case before. You know the pain, or you're stuck on the side of the road, or maybe you're stuck in a gas station, probably most likely, because it's whenever you use the gear select, so you're probably stopped at the point of doing this, or when it breaks. So hopefully this helps somebody out and in a stuck situation, and they can get themselves home. So yeah, let's go out to the car, and I'll just kind of show you what I'm talking about, and we'll just kind of go from there and install this, see if it works. Alright, so here we are in the car, and I kind of have everything taken apart at the moment. If you can see what we got going on here. I pulled this whole boot off, and I think it's probably best for me to just kind of put it back together and just show you roughly what had happened. You can't actually see the cable in the park position, so I'm going to need to put it down in neutral and kind of show you what happened. But for sake of doing this, I will recreate this situation for you, just so you kind of know the symptoms and what it looks like. Alright, so I kind of had it sitting here like this. As you can see, it is in the reverse position at the moment, but what you can see is just gonna hold on the brake and try to, so we got it in neutral. And I think where the biggest issue is when you go into drive. Oh, there it is. So I'm currently in the drive position on here, but no matter what you do with the shifter, if you can see, zoom in all of it, you can see I'm moving the shifter around and the neutral light stays on. And you know, I'm up here in the park position, but as you can hear, you know, I can still move forward a little bit when I let off the gas. And so yeah, this is kind of what happened. I panicked. And so what you really need to do is you need to just kind of go back down into that neutral position where I was at. And what I did is I just pulled up. This thing kind of just pops out very easily, and you can unthread your shifter at the top, and you just kind of actually, I think I moved it up into the park position to get this off, it looks like. Yeah, so that came off pretty easily in the park position. But now you can see, let's see if we can zoom back out here. And so right down here you can see this gold rod. It's actually silver, but you can see this rod here. And this rod, you need to, basically what it needs to do is it needs to go on a pin, and the pin is right there. Underneath there's that pin. It's super hard to get access to in park, so what I do is I move it down to about the neutral position, maybe even a little bit lower. And now, it's hard to see, but the pin is right there, inside of there. So you have a lot more visibility to see. And what I did to just kind of get by is that I reached down in here to get this pin. First I hold the e-brake so the car doesn't go forward. And then I reached down in here, and it's totally a pain in the butt to do, so reach down in there, and then I just kind of maneuvered it a bunch until, and you might need to kind of get above it here, and now it's on. Probably can't see it. See if I can take the camera off here and show you. There it is. You can see a little piece of plastic is on there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try to get this a little bit more accessible to work on. And so I don't know exactly what I'm doing because this is the first time I've had this issue, but what my plan is I'm going to take this new bushing, which I'll link the info for this I got off Amazon, but I'll link the description, or I'll put a link in the description so that you can see where I got this from. But essentially, if I can get this to focus properly. Oh, I don't think it's gonna. There we go. You got this bushing that just kind of slides into that push rod, or the pull rod, or the cable drive. This kind of just pushes into the cable drive piece and replaces the old bushing, because in my scenario it looks like the old bushing fell out completely. So I'm just gonna push this in. This black plastic piece says it's a pusher tool to help install it, so we'll see how that works. But yeah, I'll put a link in the description to this. It was about 20 bucks, so see how long it lasts. Not sure what it's gonna do, but hopefully this is the fix. So my thought is to get this all to work, is I thought it'd be nice to go down as low as I can here to expose. Okay, right there we are. So we are in the lowest gear. Now I'm going to pull that up out of the way. And what my plan on doing here is pulling up on this piece of cable so that I can get it showing enough. Some of this cabling may pull up, so maybe what I should do is see if I can pull any of these pieces out. Whoa, there we go. So the whole cup holder just pulls out super easy. I had no idea. And you can see down in here a little bit better. You can see there's this piece that kind of holds the cable down into its place. And I want to see if I can pull this up a little bit. Nice. That pulls out over there. Just pulling out some of these trim pieces here to make this a little bit easier to access. These kind of just pop off pretty easily. That gave me a little bit better access. So what I think I'm going to try to do here is to install the bushing and see. And so you can see on the directions here, they want you to autofocus ever works. There we go. You install the bushing kind of into that circular ring. So I think I'm going to try to just feed down into this with some pliers. See if I can just kind of put these in so that these pointed ends, or this kind of cut ends, they go around the pin that way. So you need to put it down in the right direction. Alright, I wasted a ton of time sitting here fidgeting with this, to the point where I tried to conserve camera battery life, but let's see if I can show you that installed. You can see it right here. Got the purple bushing now put into that spot where the old one was supposed to be. It pushed in a little too easy once I actually was able to get my fingers down in there the right way. There might be a better way to do it. I tried taking this clip out thinking I could pull the whole assembly up through because it looks like it's maybe flexible, but I decided to just kind of, it was very tedious and stressful, but I was able to get this pushed in properly through here. So now all there is to do at this point, theoretically, is to put that pin or put that bushing rod back onto the pin, and we should be good to go. Alright, so you can see I fiddled with it quite a bit, and I was able to get it installed again, which is amazing because that was a giant pain in the butt to do. I'm gonna try to just take the camera off the tripod again here. Okay, got a light so we can kind of see what's going on here, and I can explain a little better. There you go. Now you can see the pink bushing that's there. You can get that to focus. There we go. So the pink bushing is now inserted to that rod. As you can see, that's the rod with the kind of the black plastic piece. And so now it's fit on there pretty snug, and we should be able to easily flow through the different gears without it pulling off. There we go. Wow, I guess I was not showing the camera there, but as you can see, we're now going through the gears, and that seems to be the fix. So pull the e-brake down, and then just gonna put all these plastic pieces back on, and we'll be right back. Alright, so here we are. Everything's put back together, and we can now shift through the gears properly, and our bushing did the trick. So overall, that was pretty awesome. That was a lot more tedious than I thought it was going to be, putting that bushing in. Kind of ridiculous. But if you just work with it and just have some patience, unfortunately I did not, so it took me longer than expected. But just kind of like, just chill out, you know, just slowly reach down there with some pliers, and you can get it started, and then kind of reach down with your fingers once it's started and push it the rest of the way in. But I was shocked, to be honest. I didn't think, I guess I don't know much about bushings and their strength on holding that thing into place, but I just assumed it would slide right off. But it fits in really snug. So you definitely need this little packet of lube that it came with. So definitely put that on the pin before you insert it into the hole. And so, yeah, that was it. That fixed it. And I am so stoked now that my gear selector is now working. I panicked when I was in the gas station when that stopped working. I didn't know what to do. I assumed, and like everybody always typically does when there's car problems, you assume worst case. And so I thought I had some major issue with the transmission not going into gear. I had been driving all day, you know, several hours at highway speeds, so I thought, maybe I damaged something. But overall, that was a awesome, super cheap fix. It couldn't have worked out any better, in my opinion. I really just, the intent of this video was to help out other people that were in my situation, because I was stuck at a gas station. I didn't know what to do, and I feel like I panicked, and I couldn't find anything on the internet describing how to fix this, what it was. I see tons of people with issues with their high-low select here, and all kinds of grinding noises, and the things I was reading were just catastrophic sounding, and I thought, well, that's probably, I probably have something wrong with the transmission. Even though mine wasn't to deal with that selection over there, I assumed, well, this has got to be something bad because it's not going into gear. But so if you're on the side of the road, first thing to check is that cable. If your gear selector is just not going into the right gear, check that gear selector. It's super easy. You can just pop that plastic up, and you can hold your hand in place and get it on the pin and hold it on the pin to get to the gear you need just to get yourself home. And then for like 20 or 30 bucks, this bushing is the right fix, and now it's working super smooth. So I'm very excited that this is now working, because that couldn't have been a nicer, cheaper fix. So I know this was short, but thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked it and this helped you out, give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, and if you're stuck at a gas station like I was and this video helped you, comment down below and let me know if I helped you out, because that would make me feel better knowing that I helped somebody, because I was panicking and I couldn't find any resources online about this. So if you had any issues with it, let me know. Also, if you're interested in any more GX470 content, hit that subscribe button, because there's a bunch of more content coming in the near future. And thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.